Not that it's likely, but if something like that ever happens to me, search this room. Every corner, behind every shelf. I'm going to leave something for you.
You're basically telling me you're gonna die. Don't do this.
Are you saying you'd cry for me? I'm glad to hear it. How about making a bet with me? You gamble everything on me dying. After all, Tsunade, you always lose your bets. Isn't that right? Promise me, if I do actually manage to make it back alive. I'm only kidding, Tsunade.
Don't say things like that.
Don't get me wrong. I have no intention of dying.
Okay. My rank went up, so I'm hoping.
I know it would be too much to ask you to cheer up, but can you at least drop the serious... Well, I'll be. Was that a smile just now?
Don't you die on me, old man. You know, I've been thinking about this day for, I think, since I knew Edelgard was the Flame Emperor. I'm not sure what I did to this episode, but for those of you who don't know or don't remember, when Edelgard first revealed herself to me, or did her declaration on the church, I felt initially that I was on the wrong side.
By order of the Adrestian Emperor, Edelgard von Hresvelg,
You're Emperor now?
the Empire hereby declares war on the Church of Seros.
Okay.
Cannot believe it.
Suddenly I feel like I'm on the wrong side.
Let us recount the situation as it stands.
Then all the things that she did with the Agarthans and all the benefit of the doubts that I had been getting started seeping in. The first one I thought of was, of course,
A silent reminder, perhaps, of some inescapable truth.
Wait a second! Wait a minute! Do you mean to tell me that Monica was talking with... No. But...
What do you say, Adel? Shall we meet up in the library later to...
Oh, hello, Professor. Do you need something? I'm a little busy at the moment.
Sorry, Professor. I've got a lot of questions to ask Adel here.
all this time... Do you mean to... You mean to tell me... Monica... Oh, no. No. The reason why Monica was speaking to Edelgard, so like, hey, so do I do this? Do I do that? I have my things that I'll say about this. But for now, let's get into it. Let's start the mission. We know what this is about. We know what we gotta do. Salvation at the chapel.
Captain? Captain! Where are you? Hey, Professor, have you seen your old man? Too bad. I guess it will have to be you then.
I'm back. Sorry for the delay. My last mission took longer than expected.
This is the last time I'm gonna be able to see him.
Captain, thank goodness you're here. There are reports of demonic beasts near the chapel.
Nonsense. I haven't heard anything about the monastery's walls being breached.
That's why I'm heading there now, to see what's really going on. You'll join as well, won't you?
Of course. We're both sworn to protect this place.
Where did they come from?
It's odd. Just before they appeared, someone saw a number of students heading toward the chapel.
Really?
They were apparently acting strange, as though they weren't in their right minds.
Uh-huh.
Shortly after, demonic beasts started to appear, one after another.
Were the students killed?
The students. There's no way those demonic beasts got in from the outside. But none of that matters right now. We need to act. Go summon your students.
Roger that.
Damn it. I wanted to talk to you about something important, but there's no time. There's never any damn time. But this is much more urgent, so it can hold for now. I'll meet you there.
Alright. For now, let's map up. I know what I gotta do. I know what I gotta do. Just tell me who I have. Yeah, that's the Black Eagles, Lysithea, and... Wait. There we go. Alright. Because Lysithea is still good against... Lysithea has effectiveness against a lot of stuff, alright? There's never a bad reason to bring her, despite Hubert having Dark Spikes T. Okay. So with that being said, Ferdinand, you have the most range. I'd rather you... We do have some warps. Huh. I'm honestly curious how Petra would do against these things, but... Yeah, I'm actually really curious. Her attack is 38. Petra's protection, 20. No. If Hubert can't get there, normally I'll have Dorothea dance. As far as the right ones, I think I'll take care of them with Edelgard. And everybody else will sort things out as we need to. Oh, yeah. I guess I'll keep Petra as an assassin. I have no need to have her high crit rate, and there is a chest. So Petra, I'm actually gonna send you this way. Okay. You have your orders. Let's get to it. Rout the enemy.
There really are demonic beasts here. They're emerging from the chapel. I'll head that way. The rest of you, protect the students who weren't able to get away.
Yeah.
Help me! These beasts, they're...
Somebody, help me!
You stupid beasts! Don't you dare come over here!
I wonder whose class they're in. Because that's never really specified, you know? Alright. Ferdinand.
I am Ferdinand von Eyre.
Equip your sword. Gambit. Go.
Together we can't fail.
Oh,
I'll
jeez.
show you a plan.
Okay. Just like that. Alright, 17. Ferdinand's got that.
As you wish.
Hubert, go ahead and attack. I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was gonna crit there. Dorothea,
That's my cue.
dance him. Which, if you missed it,
Unexpected.
I used Dorothea in the previous map as a dancer.
This is critical.
Marvel at our strategy.
I'm honestly being a little reckless here, but I think we can handle it. Yeah, I'm being very reckless, honestly. Yeah, he can handle it. Okay.
I will get the victory.
Petra. For now, get your killing edge. Yeah. They might do some damage, but they won't KO you.
I will prevail.
And yeah, you'll go to Edelgard if I do anything else, so... Edelgard, you back her up.
Leave it to me.
If I remove one of his health bars, what's he get? Oh, he's only 2!
Put me in there.
Okay, Caspar, give us a gambit.
This over yet?
I have nobody equipped, right? Well, I got Hannah, man. He's with me. That's not the worst, but yeah, I'm definitely
Stay focused.
not utilizing my team. Okay. Gambit online.
You require aid? It's time.
We need that mithril. Or Umbral, you know, that's cool too.
Battle.
Linhart. Okay, yeah, you don't have an attack, Gambit. Lysithea does, though. Don't use it, though. Her Seraphim won't KO him? What? Alright, well, for now. She didn't even get a crest activation. She could have crest activated, critted. So many ways that could have went differently. Okay.
Oh no.
Bernie, I think I want you going in that direction. That should be fine. Alright. Linhardt, kind of go where you're needed. Yeah. He has range, that's right. We can get to that student. That one as well. You're in trouble.
I will remove you.
Two should do the trick.
I will win.
Ooh. 24? Okay. Huh.
War feeds my body and mind.
More dexterity. I'll take that.
That beast. There's a stone or something on its forehead.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna focus on the battle. Hubert, do what you gotta do. From this side, I think. Okay. Here. Go for death.
I have no need of you.
Ah, there we go. Another crit. All right.
You could have at least tried.
The demonic beasts were actually students. How can this be?
You know what? Edelgard. Gambit. Yeah. Nothing? Okay. That's too risky. Well, unless Dorothea uses her meteor, which she only has one of now. Okay. For the moment. Shoot. Alright, Ferdinand, use your gambit. Here.
Seems fun enough. Preparations are complete.
I need the stuff. There we go. Umbral, come on now. Is that all you guys give? No mithril? Yeah, go ahead and head there, Ferdinand. You'll be fine. I'll make sure of it. Lysithea, how are we looking? Honestly, you want to go for crit now, I think. So in that case... Man! Today is not her day. Okay, that's fine. Bernie's here. Silver.
Am I done yet?
Thank you. But my friends who couldn't get away, are they okay?
We'll work on it. We won't leave them behind. Alright. So Linhardt's an option. Ah, right. I still have my gambit. Let's work. There we go.
Together, we can't fail.
Now's our chance.
Okay. Umbral. Okay, Petra, take care of him.
I will remove you.
Thank you.
One more success.
Show me more.
Okay, you will go get that chest, which Dorothea can make happen right now. Caspar, I want you to move toward the students. Ooh. Okay. Linhardt could use a warp on me, but I really think he should use... Let's check the student status. 58, 22. She'll be alright. Yeah. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. Dorothea, you're gonna dance me. Yes. Actually, Linhardt, how far can you reach? If you're right here, can you... Yeah, that's no problem. But you can't reach me, so point is mute. Alright. Dorothea, get me on my way. Or would Edelgard be better in this? No, try me.
Thank you.
Yeah, not great. Okay. Linhardt,
Thank you.
get Ferdinand. Okay. Oh, nice! Oh yeah, you're fine. I'll get to you in time. But we got more than one. Nice, Ferdinand! That's what I like to see. Alright. Pops is moving the intercept. If he handles that one, I'll handle this one. Iron Sword, weights. Actually, yeah, that's probably what I want. Petra, you grab the chest. Edelgard, you actually back up. 38, 15, Caspar. Actually, let him handle it, Caspar. As for you three, Bernie, I need you to do a gambit. Ferdinand, I want you to equip a short spear. Help her out. Just a tiny bit.
We'll work together.
They pushed me too far.
Ooh. Does Lysithea still have hers? Yeah, but it's assault troop. It'll do. As long as she doesn't have any backup, though. Try it, Lysithea.
Want some help? In this situation,
Alright. Good. Ferdinand, Iron Sword. Umbral! I think that's all they drop. Alright. Right now, I think everyone's fine for the most part. Dorothea, you can't reach anyone. Alright then. Get Edelgard.
Well done.
Alright. She should be fine with that. Wait, Linhart, assist, physic. Petra doesn't need that. So you go ahead and you back up the others. With wind, actually.
Let's get this over with.
Alright. Okay, is that everyone? Yeah. Ooh, they're doing flame breath. Miss! Jeez. Oh, you turned around. Alright. Okay, good. Pop's going in. A heal. Okay. Wish I at least had Petra with me. Where's my gambit? What? I used them both? How did I not get... Oh, great. Okay. Yeah, Petra, if you can... You won't be here in time. Healing staff. Well, Dorothea could use that. Hubert, do you still have your gambit? I used it. Okay, in that case... Well, that isn't great. Caspar doesn't have an offensive one. Okay, what we're gonna do then... Edelgard's gonna do a gambit.
I'm clear we need it.
Because at this point,
We won't hold back.
I think the only thing we can get from this is Umbral Steel. Okay. And Hubert, you're gonna attempt to finish him off. Okay, so that wasn't how I wanted it to go. Fair enough. Darn it, Dorothea had one. Okay, now what?
You'll be repaid.
Well, I'm gonna bank on Edelgard. That's what I'm gonna do. Caspar. Alright, 21. Okay.
Pretty good, don't you think?
Perfect. Just what you need for the situation. Edelgard, let's see what you can do. Exactly what I was hoping for. A crit?
I will prevail.
Ha! Ha! Okay.
Handled with ease.
Yeah. I have mixed feelings about that, but anyways. Alright. What happens if he attacks? Okay. Let's focus on this side for the moment. Honestly, Ferdinand, see if you can get a... Well, no. Before that, Bernie. Get your brave bow. See if you can get a crit. Nope. Unless a crest activation with a crit. No. No. Okay. And Ferdinand, all you. Alright. Nice work, bro. Had to help the others. Oh, it's not much, but it's something. And Lysithea is only good enough to help here, though. Okay. And me without my backup. I thought... Oh, I do have wind sweep. I'll use that. There we go. He didn't care. He didn't care. But this student is making up for my terrible strategy. Okay, Gaspar took that. Here comes our pops. I forgot to heal him.
With this many demonic beasts, getting to the chapel won't be easy.
Oh, is that because I've never seen that quote from him before. Oh, it's nice to get one last line in, I guess. Linhardt, heal him, please.
Obliged.
Okay. Well, now we gotta do it the old-fashioned way. So, Ferdinand, if you would... Just go for an iron sword.
Splendor of nobility.
There we go. Just what I was hoping for, bro. Nice.
The noble standard.
Okay. Then yeah, get out of everyone's way. Caspar, you want to go ahead and take that? Oh, a crit? Oh, it's okay. It's okay. You got the job done. Honestly, I would love for Lysithea to try again. Preferably from a distance. But you won't be able to use Seraphim. Doesn't matter. No. Alright. Well, then the one who makes the most sense in this case would be Hubert. So, yeah, Nosferatu, why not?
Watch how weak you are.
Yeah, he is on a roll today.
For Lady Edelgard. Perhaps I've been well taught.
Alright, I can give him a better...
look bad.
I was so scared. I'll find a way to repay you. I promise.
Don't worry about it. Okay. Edelgard, if you can head to my position. Hate using Petra as a lock opener. Dorothea, if you could help her on her way.
A great help.
Alright. Yeah, Edelgard can't reach. That's understood. Alright. Let's go again. Iron Sword.
No hesitation.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, did you want me now? Nope. All right. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was nothing. All right. Go for, oh, 90, yeah, go for that, Petra.
I will win.
My real backup. Thank you. Dorothea, who can you reach? Edelgard, if you can move out the way. Thank you.
I thank you.
Oh, Dorothy almost got another level up. Alright, I'll open. You finish. All you. And you could, but... What? Okay. Okay. 69. Nice.
Just like that.
Sorry. That was a close one.
It's okay.
You saved me. Thank you.
No problem. That'll come in handy. Really? I would have thought Hubert or somebody else.
There isn't a trace of evidence to be found in the chapel. This must have something to do with Rhea. Perhaps...
Wait!
Huh? Another student?
We're just gonna let it play out. We're just gonna let it play out.
Run along now.
Thanks for all your help, sir. You're just a pathetic old man. How dare you get in the way of my brilliant plan, dog.
Run along now.
Thanks for all your help, sir. Huh? What are you doing here?
You must survive, merely because there is still a role that I require you to fulfill.
Sorry. It looks like I'm going to have to leave you now. To think that the first time I saw you cry, your tears would be for me. It's sad, and yet I'm happy for it. Thank you, kid.
I tell ya, every time I watch it.
So this is where your father lived.
Okay. Yeah, it is.
Are you still crying? If turning back the hands of time was not enough to save his life, you must accept what came to pass was fate.
You know, well, I'ma wait, but that's it. There's no other route, that was it. That's the last I'll see of him. Our enemies will pay.
Agreed. We cannot let the wicked ones run free.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, your father said to look for something here. He must have been referring to whatever is behind that bookcase there.
Yeah, I've been waiting for this. Let's grab it.
Your father's diary. Huh. His handwriting is prettier than his face would suggest. Well, well. These entries here are from before your birth. He seems to have been writing this for quite some time. Read that part there. Horsebow Moon, year 1159.
Day 20 of the Horsebow Moon. All is cloudy. I can't believe she's dead. Lady Rhea said she died during childbirth. But is that the truth?
It isn't. And here's what I'm getting to. But let's get to it.
Still, the child she traded her life for doesn't make a sound. Didn't even cry at birth. Day 25 of the Horsebow Moon. It's raining. The baby doesn't laugh or cry. Not ever. Lady Rhea says not to worry, but a baby that doesn't cry isn't natural. They had a doctor examine the child in secret. He said the pulse is normal, but there's no heartbeat. No heartbeat.
It took some gathering of clues and for me to get a realization. When I added the scene of Yuri speaking to Rhea, I remembered the Ashen Wolves, and in particular, Rhea had told us that Citri gave her heart to us to keep us alive. I'm going to choose to believe Rhea on that. So if that is the case, that means the reason we have no heartbeat isn't necessarily because Rhea meant for us to become the new Sothis, but because Citri gave her heart to us so we could live. For me, that matters. All this time, I had thought that Rhea was responsible. Like, Rhea had Citri bring us into the world, particularly for the purpose of bringing back Sothis. But the only reason we have the Creststone in us now is because we would have died without an immediate heart transplant. And our mother chose to do that for us. Certainly, it's very likely that Rhea wanted to do stuff after we had the heart transplant. Nevertheless, that is something our mother asked for. So,
Day 2 of the Wyvern Moon. Sunny. I feel I must take the child and leave. But the church is always watching us. I don't know what Lady Rhea has planned. I used to think the world of Lady Rhea. Now I'm terrified of her. Day 8 of the Wyvern Moon. More rain. I used the fire that broke out last night to fake the child's death. Lady Rhea is in a state over the news, but I can't change what I've done. I've got to take the child and leave.
And Rhea was probably upset that she lost the creststone of Sothis. Like, I'm not trying to underestimate the priority that Rhea does put on Sothis, and I'm just saying that for me, it would be way more malicious to do that to a baby. And of course, there is the idea that did she do that to Citri? But something tells me Citri might have volunteered for that. But she just seems like that type of person from what I've seen. And if Sothis would have manifested, why didn't she manifest in Citri sooner? Maybe I missed something. Maybe something will be revealed in here. But that's just my take on things.
Well now, that baby must be you. That means... Someone is approaching us.
This could make or break things. I'm not gonna lie. I honestly don't want to see Edelgard right now, but...
Ah, here you are.
Oh, it's Eloise.
To think that that Jeralt would meet his end like that. I hope you know that you were the most important thing in the world to him.
Yeah, I was.
He wasn't the most emotional guy. I'm sure expressing his affection wouldn't have come naturally to him. After what's happened, it's up to me now. I, Alois, swear to protect you in the captain's stead. Sorry. This isn't the time for my blathering.
I don't mind.
Lady Rhea is looking for you.
Yeah.
I came to tell you that. I'll take my leave now.
That's got me heated too. It's like, why don't you come to speak to me, Rhea? Why don't you?
This book is filled with secrets yet unknown. We must return another time to read the rest. Oh, but I have at least figured one thing out. I know now why our fates are intertwined.
Professor, I have been waiting for you.
Again, Rhea, you could have came to see me.
I am filled with grief at the loss of our most celebrated knight. Jeralt was an ally of many years, and also a dear friend.
See, but now... Yeah.
He fell in love with one of the nuns here at Garreg-Mach. Their love produced a child, whom she died giving birth to. It was her decision.
Yeah.
She weighed her own life against that of her child's and, in the end, implored me to save the child.
I mean, I see no reason to doubt her on this.
Your father never truly accepted that decision. He took the child, took you, and disappeared without warning.
I mean, unless we're going to assume that everything Rhea said about the heart transplant was fake. Did I inherit my crest from my mother?
Your mother. She was my...
I'm sorry for the interruption, Lady Rhea. There's something you must hear immediately.
And then another thing is that I was wondering, was Citri Rhea's daughter or something? You know, that easily could have been the case, but no, it seemed... I don't know why Rhea was so fixated on Citri. That, to me, still wasn't clear even after the DLC.
A report from the knights patrolling the area.
But aside from Sothis, but I'm wondering, how did we even get to that point where Sothis' heart is inside Citri? Unless it was the same thing, a heart transplant? A heart transplant is what kept Citri alive, and then Rhea had the idea of bringing... No, that doesn't make sense, because Rhea wanted to do anything to bring back her mother. And she said it's questionable action, so...
Very well. Professor, you are dismissed for the day.
Alright.
Please rest and focus only on mending your heart. Understood?
Part 1. White Clouds. Guardian Moon. Where the goddess dwells. Long ago, the guardian Saros made an appearance during this moon. She had been summoned by the goddess, whose soul was suffering as the flames of war raged across Fodlan. Some believe that high in the sky above Saros, the Immaculate One's mighty wings are what powered the strong winds carrying the Guardian and her forces into battle.
I think this is it. Alright, so before we get to Edelgard's section, originally I wanted to have this whole long thing about what I was looking for in our conversation, but after watching this part and watching what I said, I think I explained what I was looking for perfectly after the conversation is over. So if you want to know that, then listen to that part. What I'll say right now, because I do think I need to say something, is what you're about to see is not my final determining factor. In fact, this is why I uploaded the conversation on me saying my thoughts on Rhea before this episode, because that episode technically happens after this episode. And remember, in that episode, at the end of it, I said there was an important support, Dorothea's. I said something on that support. Just keep that in mind as you're watching this, alright? Because it does seem like I had made my mind up, but no, that I hadn't. I was just very frustrated with the circumstances at hand. Though, to show you where my mindset is, I went back to the Golden Deer and I actually found this quote by Ingrid, and I think this shows where my mentality is going into this.
What? To think that the Flame Emperor was Edelgard all along. Flame's abduction? Jeralt's murder? The turmoil in Remire Village?
She did mention how she didn't want some of that.
Whether or not she was the mastermind behind what happened, it at least seems like she was involved.
More importantly, I'm interested to know the Empire's aim. Why would their army desire crest stones? There is power there, yes. And yet, I must think on this. The crest stones lie at the heart of the events surrounding Conan Tower and the chapel as well. And of course, the crest stones somehow transform those traitors and their captives into demonic beasts.
Yeah. Edelgard approved this? Did she really?
Could that possibly be their aim? The Empire's army may well plan to use crest stones to create demonic beasts.
Bruh.
You're here again.
What do you want?
Professor, you've been crying.
Yeah.
So, even you cry sometimes. Oh, I suppose that was thoughtless of me to say.
You're not helping your case right now, Edelgard. Yes, it was.
Long ago, someone said the same thing to me. Are you waiting for time to heal your wounds?
I mean, it's only been like, look, not even a week.
Or have you curled up in a corner and lost the will to carry on?
Doesn't matter.
It does. You've lost yourself. Only you can truly understand your own sadness. Others can sympathize or even empathize, but all anyone else can offer are the tears of an outsider looking in. So I have no intention of crying for you, or of standing still with you. All I can do is promise to reach out my hand when the time comes for me to move forward.
Alright, I probably just cut out what I just said. To be honest, I'm gonna wait till this is over before I say anything. What do you mean?
The mysterious organization that was carrying out experiments in Remire Village and the chapel.
Yeah.
They're up to something near Garreg Mach.
You don't say.
The Archbishop has sent the Knights to undertake a large-scale investigation.
Uh-huh.
No information has surfaced yet, but our enemies will soon be discovered. Uh-huh. When they are, will you lead us into battle? Or will you just sit here, with no thought for the future that is fast approaching?
Trust me, I'm thinking about the future, Edelgard.
My teacher, there is a choice to be made. I hope you make the right one.
Mm-hmm.
My. She really is quite arrogant. She spoke her mind without an ounce of reservation.
Alright. I have been waiting till this moment to speak on it. While I do not think Edelgard had anything to do with Monica/Krania taking out Jeralt, it was very obvious to me that that wasn't even something Monica/Krania even planned out. It's more the spur of the moment, like, you ruined my plan, I'ma just lash out. Right? That doesn't matter. Because what I can say without a doubt, Monica/Krania and Edelgard have been talking. Are you trying to tell me that Edelgard didn't have the slightest idea on what Monica was doing with the students there, turning them into monsters? You telling me she didn't have the slightest idea? Why would Monica constantly seek out her guidance, seek her out and tell her what's going on if she didn't have some sort of plan? She did nothing. She told me with Rhea Village, if she knew what would have happened, she would have stopped it. What she is showing me is that she can't control these people at all. That's what I'm looking at right now. That's why I really mentioned the whole tragedy with Rhea Village. Is that I'm watching, I'm like, Edelgard, what is your excuse? Because either A, you let this happen because you knew some sort of way, shape, or form that this was going to happen by the many talks that you had with Monica/Krania, and you just let it happen, and I'm not okay with that. Or B, you didn't know it was going to happen, and you cannot control these people. And there was something that she said. Yeah, like no information has surfaced, but our enemies will soon be discovered. Doesn't she meet with them like in a few days as the Flame Emperor? Yes, I know. I have hindsight. Unfortunately, that is part of this run, right? Because the whole point of me doing this is to understand where she's coming from. She's not speaking to the me that doesn't know. Right now, I'm looking at her actions. Is this an acceptable outcome for her?
But she is right. The time has come to stand again. You know already what your answer is.
Sothis, you're not here when she reveals
Thank you. You saved me.
who she is.
If you were to die, then the mystery of our bodies would be revealed. Preventing that was my only aim.
Yep, that's why I couldn't take her out.
I'm afraid you must remain, Krania. There is something I need you to do.
Wait, this the same daggum day.
Oh, of course. I'm always happy to cooperate with Solon. Leave it to me.
This the same daggum day.
How annoying.
Annoying.
Flame Emperor, is she offending you? Unfortunately, we cannot take our eyes off her, so there is nothing to be done. You are our greatest creation. We use the defiled beast's blood as the fuel to your flame, that you may burn even the gods. Now is the time to cleanse Fodlan with that power and bring forth our salvation.
And this is another thing. How much is Talos actually resonating with Because when I first battled Edelgard at the end, well, no, when I last battled Edelgard and the Golden Deer, I couldn't help but feel that she sounded exactly like them with her talk.
There will be no salvation for you and your kind. Those responsible for such gruesome deeds in Dusker and Enmar.
Gruesome deeds. So it's not necessarily the tragedy of Enmar, I got that wrong. Tragedy of Dusker, but either way, they were responsible. And then I'm wondering, what did they just give the insurrection leaders, you know, the nobles of the empire, the tools to do what they needed? Neither way.
All so that you may acquire the strength you need. All for a purpose.
And this is exactly what I'm talking about again. Edelgard's trying to distance herself from them, but Talia's like, I don't really care what you say. All right, you're doing exactly what I need you to do, and that's cool with me. Ingrid. Sorry, Ingrid. Yeah, explore. So this...
If you must weep, then weep. I shall be here for you.
Thank you.
Well, it would be ridiculous to not feel anything after something like that. Go on and let it out. I am here.
Alright, so I need to talk about some things. Maybe it's not the time to talk about that stuff. Shoot, I don't know. I know that there's one more support left, but I still feel like it's... Is it too soon to... Alright. We're gonna have to skip around. I'm gonna have to go to Edelgard first. Then I need this last line, and then let's see.
Professor, I'm so happy to see you. You're finally returning to your old self.
Mm-hmm.
To see the light in your eyes again is a gift. It inspires me to carry on as well.
Whatever.
As you know, the Knights are searching furiously for any trace of the enemies who escaped.
The enemies that you just talked to like a minute ago.
I'll inform you immediately if I learn anything relevant.
No, you won't. No, you won't. Where's... I remember Hubert's here. Hubert.
I've never been much for condolences. How about a little logic instead?
Logic?
The Knights have spread out around Garreg Mach in search of Jeralt's murderers.
Yeah?
Thus, the monastery's fighting strength is, for the moment at least, depleted. Perhaps that was the enemy's real objective. We should be prepared for further confrontation.
Nah, this isn't doing anything for me. Okay. You know, the only reason I'm trying to hold my tongue now is because I'm honestly afraid of what those of you who already know the game will say. This is not, like I've said before, it's not even playing field. Right now, I feel like if I just react, then others will do so as well without... Like, I don't have all the facts yet. Nevertheless, I still must react. Okay, let's start with this. Obviously, I know Edelgard, for the sake of her objective, cannot be completely honest with me. But why am I trying to look at her side in this point of view? Like, right now, right? Who's suffering? I think this situation embodies why I was so against Edelgard at least doing this war. It seems like in her mind she's already come to the conclusion that certain people have to die. And you know, like, we gotta move on regardless. Like, it doesn't mean... To me, she seems far too easy to lose people. Or it's far too easy to lose people to her. Because she's already experienced such a horrible tragedy before. That's why I said, with her C rank, it confirmed my worst suspicions on her. When I realized she had such a tragedy and that basically most of her family had already died, someone like her becomes... I shouldn't say numb, but that's not exactly the type of person I want, considering the benefit of everybody, because I feel like it's a lot easier for someone like her to look at things in a numbers game. I think what the hard part about this is that part of me, even though, like, sure, you can say I don't know everything still, because I don't know concretely what part Edelgard had in that or not, right? She's clearly annoyed with Monica. Here's the main thing. All right, I probably cut a lot of stuff out because I'm not sure what I want to say at this point, because obviously this isn't an even playing field. You guys still know stuff that I don't, and until I feel like I know everything you guys do, I feel hesitant on, you know, saying my piece, because this is clearly Edelgard is the favorite of at least people. Like, the thing about this route is that if people don't like Edelgard, there's a good chance they're just not watching this route. So I feel like at least the comments are more skewed to liking Edelgard. So I don't know if I'm speaking to, you know, the Fire Emblem fan base as a whole, or just people who like Edelgard. And if that's the case, then it's hard to just say, you know, if I dislike something that she did. But what I can say is this. What I'm looking at when Jeralt dies is if I have to go on the battlefield and I have to take out the Golden Deer. For the sake of Edelgard's ideals, I am going to fight people that I care about. People who, in my eyes, have done nothing wrong. I mean, I think, because I read a comment saying that, you know, the Golden Deer had the weakest story, but you get the most facts, and, you know, they probably had the best ending. I mean, people told me that when I finished the Golden Deer. And while that's up for debate, what I do think is that the Golden Deer certainly weren't as heavy. Like, the Black Eagles and Blue Lions their class seemed more involved in the story than the Golden Deer did. And so I think the trade-off for that is that they didn't do anything. And for the sake of Edelgard's ideals, it's like I am trying to convince myself to potentially take out at least Claude and Hilda. The dude, Dimitri, I've already fought them before, right? The whole Blue Lion class, except for Ingrid, Annette, and Mercedes, I've already had to take out. So I'm more willing to do that. But my first house that I did permadeath with, that I was so worried about in every single battle that I made sure to get all the rest that I need, all the food that I needed and everything, you want me to take them out. It's gonna take some mad convincing, and how she handled this situation would be crucial. And unfortunately, what will work if I was first playing the route won't work now. Because I know who she is, and I'm purposely paying attention to how much she had to do with Monica. And that was her response. She literally just met with them. She's told me she can stop them if she knew about certain things. I don't believe that. Not if you're just meeting with them personally and you said, if I get any future developments, I'll let you know. Edelgard could have just said what Dimitri did, because Dimitri literally did just find them in the forest talking. But no. No. And at the end of the day, it's like, you might argue that Edelgard's ideals are just, and it's like, okay, if the war is necessary, does she have to win? Does she need to be the one that rules over Fulton at the end? Or is she just the one who starts the chaos for the sake of the betterment of everybody else? Keeping in mind that I still don't think the war was necessary in the first place at all. Okay, well, I don't know what I said there. I don't know what I kept. To be honest, I've been worried about this episode for a while, but I can't just lie and say that, yeah, we're cool after that, because no, we're not. The entire time that I've been, dealing with Edelgard, I've been trying to mentally block out what we're going to do. Now it's staring me in the face again.
You have lost your father. Now more than ever, do I understand how very lucky I am that you were able to save me.
Yeah.
Professor, I deeply appreciate what you have done. Thank you.
Oh, and yeah, not to mention Flame.
If there is anything at all I can do in return, please tell me, okay?
Flame is also included in that Golden Deer permadeath thing. Yeah, she's not a Golden Deer member, but it takes resolve to do what I'm going, well, what it seems like I'm gonna do. Like, I'm trying not to let this dictate whether I choose Edelgard's route or not. I guess on that note, let's speak to the others. Other Black Eagles and the other leaders. Caspar?
I'm not even close to being strong enough. I mean, Jeralt was so much stronger than me, but even he...
It was a sneak attack, man.
That's enough. I can't dwell on the past. There's no way to know what my future holds, but I do know one thing. Whatever happens, I have to make my own way in this world. I have to keep pushing so I can grow even stronger.
Alright. Oh, Dimitri's here.
Professor, I'm so sorry about what happened to Jeralt. No, of course my sorrow is nothing compared to yours. The Knights are even now searching for our enemy's whereabouts. They are to report back the moment they find something. If you desire revenge, Professor, you can count me in.
If only I really could.
I haven't lost a parent yet, so I can't even begin to understand how you must be feeling. But even while you're standing still, the world keeps on moving. I always find that oddly comforting.
Interesting words from him.
Professor, it seems like you're holding up okay, but I'm worried about Leonie.
Yeah.
She really loved Jeralt. I hope she can bounce back.
And that's right. I think it changes to people are talking about Marianne if Hilda's here.
I'll say a prayer for Jeralt's soul. There's not much else I can do.
Right. I forgot. Before we speak to anybody else, the one that out of every single person in this area that touched me the most was right here. Bernadetta.
Professor, I brought some flowers for Jeralt.
This literally saved her life. I didn't know it at the time, but it did. I'll say this time just because I never said it before.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean? I come out for lectures and assignments, don't I? Anyway, I'll go lay them out.
I was just curious on what she said, but yeah. Bernadetta, who spends all of her time in her room, came here. The furthest place, I'm pretty sure, from her room, besides, the chapel itself, to go put flowers out for our father. Not because she knew him personally. I mean, she may have, brushed again, met him from time to time, but just because she cared about us and knew how much it meant. That act of kindness, it moved me more than I think than anybody else. Which, by the way, now that I'm looking at it, yeah, I think you can tell our age here. We're 21. Because that's when Citri died. And I'm just now realizing we're older than our mom. Wow. Wow. She didn't even live to be 21.
Professor?
Linhart?
I slipped quietly into the vault and rummaged about, looking for anything we might find useful. There is a group of people who want to kill us, after all. What? This is no time for asking permission. I learned long ago that one can ask permission or forgiveness, it is rarely useful to request the former.
Yeah.
Still, it appears the knights have already taken everything useful. There were crest-related objects I thought might be worth studying, so... There you go again with that stern look. Of course I'll put them back when I'm done, assuming they bear no additional use.
Honestly, sound logic. Though Krania's nothing. You know, it's funny. Petra is what I was thinking Krania would be. A boss that you just engage with a little bit and you can be worried about crits.
I'm sure you will pull through this because you're so strong, Professor. Best to stay calm during such tumultuous and upsetting times.
And see, I like what Lysithea said a lot better, phrasing it. Maybe that's just me, but it's like, you know, I know you got this, that you can pull through, because I know you.
We don't know the nature of our enemies. If we underestimate them, anything could happen.
We should be careful.
Yes, I agree. I don't want to lose you too, Professor.
I just think at some level, Edelgard and I we're very different. Very different.
Professor, I've sung lyrics lamenting death many times on stage. But when something like this happens in real life, I'm lost. I don't know what to say. But I do know this much. Sir Jeralt must have been very proud to have you as his child.
Thank you very much, Dorothea. Now, oh yeah, I think I remember this.
Professor, please lend us your ears. Ferdinand is saying impossible things.
I do not see what is impossible about it. All I said was that if you want to go back to Brigid, you probably can.
I wonder if that's true though, Ferdinand, from what I've heard.
You are the Empire's guest, so to speak. They cannot afford for something bad to happen to you. There would be a diplomatic incident.
And I wonder about that.
Someone close to us has turned up dead. So one could argue that you are not safe here anymore.
You know, if it weren't for the fact that she's literally Petra and that everybody who would attack her at this point would die, I'd agree with you.
You were already told. I am learning here, from the Academy. What are you thinking, Professor?
I have a choice. You do not have to leave if you do not wish it.
I am not returning to home until I have grabbed my goal. I will not be listening to the words of Ferdinand.
No, look, I did not mean to pressure you. Apologies for the misunderstanding.
What's your goal? Oh, and yeah. Then this is when Leonie's beast support opens up, but then she says this.
Captain Jeralt's gone. He's gone. And we'd only just reunited. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sure this is even harder on you. But I just can't. I can't believe.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, how am I supposed to recruit Leonie when, honestly, truly speaking, if I were Leonie, I feel like I pretty much think exactly like Leonie would in this case. I mean, I'm pretty sure she blamed Edelgard and the Agarthans. Anybody who was even remotely associated.
It is a shame what happened to Jeralt. I am sorry. There are no words. Leave some flowers on his grave for me.
See, this is what I'm saying. Actions speak louder than words. The dude says he's sorry, but then in the flower house, it's like, leave some flowers on his grave for me. But Bernie, now I'm thinking about it, yeah, Bernie probably went here first, picked out some flowers, and then walked all the way over there. Oh, I am very nervous about this episode. But, well, I think I upset what I can, so to speak. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Why they gotta be like that? I guess, you know, after this, I'm pretty much done, right? Like, now it's just a matter of, calendar? yeah. Just Constance and Eloise are currently up. Or Constance, Yuri, Eloise, and Shamir. So my final thoughts, I guess, are the person that you guys wanted to see, I guess, my original thoughts on Edelgard, that was in the Golden Deer. But even then, I'm unsure of how I would have reacted. Because, like I said, Edelgard and Monica were talking. That wouldn't have gone unnoticed to me. So, in that moment, I might have wondered, especially after she came up in that scene, I was like, was there no hint, Edelgard? Like, I would be really questioning that. Especially if I suspected that she was the flame. It might have even been worse, to be honest. Someone I know is playing the Black Eagle route for the first time, and I don't think they have a clue. I'm honestly curious to see what they'll think when they get to this part. Look, I'm trying to be as neutral as I can in this position. But honestly speaking, I know for a fact she had to know she was talking to an Agarthan. If she didn't, then I question why Monica was even speaking to her all this time. Like, this is that thing, right? It's like, I feel like at this point I have to assume that Edelgard did not know she was speaking to an Agarthan, and Monica was just pestering her because that's the approach that some people in the comments seem to take. It's like there's almost an explanation for everything Edelgard did, and it's like, I know there were some things that she did that were hers alone, like she owned that. Yeah, I'm probably gonna grab. Well, I don't have to grab. Yeah, I'll probably grab Mercedes, Annette, and Marianne now. Yeah, let's go do that. I could use them.
Goddess, I'll say a prayer for. There's nothing. Oh, Professor.
Oh, right.
Excuse me.
Shoot. I didn't. Alright, well, I'll do that off camera. Because I need to regain their supports back. And I guess the real big thing is, did Edelgard have absolutely no knowledge of her plan, right? Because that's the thing. It's like, if I'm getting upset, but you guys are like, Edelgard had no knowledge of her plan, it feels unfair. It's like, to me, the most obvious thing is that Monica had to mention something, a location, or nothing. Like, and Edelgard wouldn't keep her eye on her, knowing who she is. And I guess the biggest thing is, I'm wondering, didn't the Empire use those same type of monsters when they attacked Garreg Mach? That's one of the things I kept a mental note of. So hello. I just need to know. So I guess that's it for the moment. I would love to just go ahead and skip to the next area, but there's some things that I need to do before doing that. So until then, this has been Blade. Honestly, that it pained me to see Edelgard reacting like that. I had hoped that some part of maybe even, the guilt that Monica was even here in the first place. Because like I said, while sure, she wasn't responsible for, like, the Death Knight was under her charge. She lent it to her uncle to kidnap Flame, and it seemed like the Death Knight was also using her soldiers as well, even if she had no knowledge of it. And because of that fiasco, Monica got in here, and then Monica's constantly talking with, like, unless you're telling me that Monica was literally just taunting her the entire time. Is that, I mean, if that was the case, then even still, like, I'm trying to think of a situation. I'm trying hard to think of a situation where I'm okay with Edelgard knowing what she knows, or Edelgard and Monica talking, and this being the result. But anyways, for now, this has been Blade. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. And now it is time for the question of the day, and I just want to say this last thing. The words that Edelgard said, I respect the words by themselves, you know? I'm not sure if I would personally say that to somebody, but I can certainly understand where she is coming from. But you gotta understand from her specifically. I'm trying to think, even if I was playing the Black Eagle route for the first time, because even in the Golden Deer route, I went to Edelgard expecting her to at least acknowledge Monica / Kranya's existence, right? Because I saw them talking, you know, at the very least, I would have wondered the nature of the relationship. You know, I would have asked questions. And also in the Black Eagle route, I feel like I strongly would have realized that Edelgard is the Flame Emperor. Because even in the Golden Deer route, with the least amount of facts, the only reason I didn't say that she was the Flame Emperor was because she was the face of the game. But in this route, it would have been very clear that's actually what's going to happen. So knowing that, I wonder what I would have been thinking. Because matching the two of them together, Edelgard and Monica / Kranya, that's what started the distance between me and Edelgard until we got to the end of the Golden Deer route. But part of me thinks that Jeralt wasn't a big deal to most people, and my idea on that is because most people already realized he was going to die. So therefore they didn't allow themselves to get attached to him. Especially if you're a veteran Fire Emblem player, because his story mimics another father figure of a previous game, literally perfectly. The only difference is who actually killed him. In that game, it would have been the Death Knight equivalent. In this one, I think that's what they were trying to set up, to fool the players who had previous game knowledge, and really come out of left field with Monica / Kranya. But like I hinted in the intro of the episode, you know, for me, every time I was with him, I was thinking I could easily associate him with Jiraiya, and so that made me get a lot closer to him. Similar with Celica and Uzume, but I think that's why for this question of the day, I'm going to ask you all, what did you think of Jeralt? It may be a long time, you know, it's been a while since you have interacted with him for the first time, you know, you may not remember your feelings, but did you want more out of him? Did you think he was in there for just the right amount of time? Do you think he served his purpose? Did you not really care for him? Did you actually really like him? You know, just what are your overall thoughts? Not gonna lie, I am nervous about uploading this episode, but hopefully it goes well. So with that being said, please post your thoughts down in the comments below, and I will see you all next time.